Have you ever heard that phrase, you've got to fail your way to the top? It never really made sense to me until I kind of dove into being a business owner. I was like, well, how can more failure actually create success? So I want to talk about the formula of how you can put that to play to get success in your business, to get success in your business. But also I want to cover some areas where you may just be allowing other people to overly influence the direction of that you're taking, and why that's such a big mistake and what we can do about it. Okay, so let's just dive into this. So when people say fail your way to the top, of you have to fail your way to success, what does that mean? Well, think about this simple formula. Okay, you're going to have a belief. That belief is going to cause you to take an action because you believe it's the right action to take in your business. That's going to give you a result. Now what you can do with that result is you can adjust and go back to action. Okay, so that's how we create results. We say, okay, I believe that if I use this type of Facebook ad, this will build my business better. So we go and we create the Facebook ad, and then we either get a positive result or a negative result, but we do get a result. There is an outcome. And we say, okay, now do I want to continue down this path? Do I want to do something else? Do I want to adjust the ad, adjust the targeting, adjust the image, and then go again? And the more times we do this, obviously this result, this adjustment here can many times be the result of a temporary failure. That didn't work. Well, how do I fix it? That didn't work as well as I would have liked, so how can I fix it? The only way we truly fail is if we quit. If we say, well, I'm never going to do that again. Well, okay, now you've failed. But failure is a very temporary necessity in order to make these adjustments that lead about to the correct actions and the correct results, and then we start to scale up what's working and remove what isn't. So that's pretty simple for us to understand, isn't it? So why don't more people do this? I bet you have loads of great ideas and then never really see them through. And it's often because of what other people will think and say about us. You need to be willing to look bad and fail in front of people temporarily to succeed long term. So if we think about this as a graph, okay, and we look at time, then I'm going to put rep for reputation, okay? We may need to be willing to have it do this. Stay down here like this, like this, like this, and then up it goes. Okay, this is what typically happens with a successful business owner. Let me do a red line of what happens with an unsuccessful business owner. It's a little bit higher. It just tends to do this. And this over here, when we reach this point here, this would be results. So that's a successful result. This is an average at best result. Why is that? Well, you're playing to an audience. The person on the green line is not playing to an audience. They're playing to their strengths and playing to what's working in their business. Okay, so right now if I go out there and I'm a little bit more flamboyant on social media because that's what's going to grab people's attention for my business, oh my goodness, what will Joe, who I went to high school, think of me? Oh my goodness, what will my parents think of me? What will my friends think of me? What will this person think of me? What happens if I do that and I get 1 like or no likes? Oh, that'll be embarrassing. So you know what I'll do? I'll stick to the you know, whatever, funny cat memes. Nothing wrong with that, but if you're looking to try and build your business, probably a funny cat meme isn't really going to do you any favors. So we go, basically, you play it safe. So of course people say, oh yeah, dependable, that person. I understand what I get from them. I understand who they are. It's a shame that their business never took off, only really was average. But hey, I feel comfortable with their behavior. Wow, what a great life living it to the fullest, right? This person says, you know what? I don't care about the reputation. I'm going to do things that are ethical, of course, but I'm going to take a look at what's right for my business. Maybe my first YouTube video was terrible. So many people watched that and were like, that is awful. You are never going to build a business from YouTube. Here it is, one of the main ways that I drive income in my business. I've done multiple 6 figures purely from YouTube. Purely from YouTube. The first video was terrible. If you're a subscriber of my channel, go to my channel, like the main channel thing, after you watch this video, and then I'm pretty sure you can sort the videos by date order. So go oldest first and play that one. Don't watch it if you're close to the edge. If you're feeling down already, it's not a good move. Hey, my name is Richard, and I help people make money online. Really? Do you really, Richard? Are you sure? Are you sure you don't help them jump off bridges and things like that? Because your voice sounds like that's what you're leaning to. Like, it's awful, absolutely awful. But you know what? I didn't care about my reputation because I was fixed and focused, and what was more important to me was my wife and my daughter and the success I could allow them to share in. The moment I was thinking about stepping on a stage one day and share my message, which I've thankfully been able to do, or buy a lovely car, take us to amazing things and places, be able to do this full time so I don't have to go do a 9 to 5. I've been able to do all those things. Now, reputation is higher from people. Wow, you've done really well. You're so lucky, weren't you? I'm like, yeah, okay. While you were criticizing me behind my back, I was actually just in the trenches, kept on digging, while you were playing to the audience. This is what I want you to think about. The actions you're taking right now, they may be risking failure temporarily. There may be short-term loss of reputation in front of idiots or people that are insecure, so want to drag you down to their level by laughing at whatever you do if it doesn't work. But playing it safe is a great way to be average at best. If that's enough for you, nothing wrong with that. If that's average, that'd be great, Richard. No problem. But if you want to build a successful business, if you want to have this dream life and that's why you're building a business, well, we're going to have to give it all we've got. And playing safe for Susie, who's your next door neighbour, ain't the way, is it really? So that's one of the reasons that we we choose approval. I'm going to write this down for you. Which is more important to you? Approval versus progression or progress. What do you want to do? Do you want to have the approval of people? I mean, when's the last time you went to your mortgage provider and said, "I got a stack of approval. Will that cover this month's payment?" Right? You want to go to a dream vacation. Hey, before we get on the plane, I'd like to use my approval vouchers. They're going to go, "What? Pfft, jog on, silly British man." No, we need progress. We need progress to advance what we're doing, advance our results. That's where we get the money from, and that's how we help more people by getting better in our craft. The only way we're going to do that, like anything that's worth winning, is falling down, cutting our knees and saying, where did I go wrong? Let me pick myself up and carry on moving forward. It galvanizes you. So where are some particular areas that you want to look at this in? Your marketing, especially social media. Listen, if you want to use social media as a strategy to build your business, then use it as a strategy to build your business. You can't be keeping Susie the next door but one neighbor happy at the same time as getting deep in there with your target audience and shaking them up so they want to buy your product, right? Look at this funny cat meme, buy my stuff. It's weak. So we need to know, okay, what are we actually using our marketing avenues for? Is there some things that are too personal for you? You may say, Richard, I don't want to use my Facebook profile to build my business out in the open. Fine, many other avenues you can explore. YouTube, podcasting is a great one. Paid marketing, a Facebook page, a Facebook group, Instagram, LinkedIn. So many methods you could use. You don't have to be fixed and focused on that one. But if you're not going to use it, then don't straddle is what I'm saying. Like, if you're on, I've done this diagram before. Have you ever seen those people in the old days that used to tightrope across Niagara Falls, right? Tightrope across Niagara Falls. This is Niagara Falls. So, they're walking on this tightrope. They usually have them big bars for balance, don't they, right? And they walk across. It's hard enough on one tightrope. If you add a second tightrope and they have to put a foot on each and straddle the ravine, I mean, it's a bit more than a ravine, right? That's just making it 20 times harder. So if you're picking a method right now and you're saying, I want to use my profile on Facebook, for example, to build my business, well, don't straddle. It's the most pain you're going to have. You're either doing it for personal reasons or you're doing it for professional reasons. You can't do both well. You're going to end up doing this. Legs are going to go apart and you're going to fall in Niagara Falls, right? Your business, that method is a waste of time. So pick it and stick to it if that's what you want to do, okay? Next thing we'll say is your personality. If you want to be able to connect and reach and grow your business by being authentic, which you should do, because nowadays, like, everyone's copying everybody else, right? The way you can stand out is being like, okay, this is me, this is my personality. I'll give you an extra marketing lesson here. There's 2 ways that you can actually create specificity in your marketing, which is essential, by the way. Specificity is essential. Going out there and saying, I do all things for all people, waste of time. No one believes you. So, it's like saying, I can fix your car, give you a back massage, and clean your windows. I don't want you to do any because it sounds like you'll just do anything for the money and you don't do any of them well. So when you're talking about something like giving people business advice or transforming their finances or helping their health or whatever your business does, there needs to be trust. Specificity is a great way of doing that. You can have specificity of offer, right? I help this target group of people accomplish this specific task or transformation. Great. Or, and I would combine these, specificity of you as a person. Some of you, if you're a subscriber here, right, one of the reasons why you're a subscriber may be you connect with me on a personal level, not just my education. You may have looked into my story and gone, Richard's a family man. He talks about his family a lot, and his social media, it's always his family. I can get on board with building a business for my family, to be a better father, to be a better parent, and to be proud of that. You may have heard how long I failed for. 328 one-on-one presentations that all said no to my business. Then I went on to have over 700 people. So that transformation, you can maybe say, man, I'm in the failure phase right now. Let me keep listening to Richard, because if he can do it, I can relate to that. I can maybe come through the other side. So there's many personal things that I put out there and be specific about. You may have heard me tell stories about the last ever offline traditional style presentation I did was after the death of my grandfather, the very same day, and why that was the last presentation, how that led me to go online. You may have heard me talk about the time we were chased through fields by bullies and then turn around and face them, and what it taught me about my business. There's many things that I've shared with you, single parent family I came from, and all these things, because I want to have specificity, not just in my offer, but in my personality. I said the same thing to my daughter all the time. I said, you know what being cool really is? I said, being cool is being the best version of your authentic self. Like, if you try and copy somebody, it's okay to look at somebody and aspire and say, I like that aspect of them. I want to put that more into my personality. That's fine. We learn lessons all the time. But you can never be as good as the person themselves. You're only ever going to be a copy. And that's not cool. It's the same with you and your marketing, and learn what I'm teaching you. Buy my courses, get my coaching, follow my free stuff, whatever you want to do. Absorb that information and knowledge from me. But it would be pointless for you to try and buy a shirt like me and change your accent to sound like me and say the exact same things and say, oh, I remember the time I gave the last presentation after the death of my grandfather. Well, that's not you. So why would you do that? Because people then feel there's a disconnect. We can connect right now. I tell you the truth. If that comes out my mouth, that's one of my standards, because I grew up in a family where there was full of secrets. I never wanted that in my family, and I don't want that as a person. So sometimes it causes problems. You either get the truth from me or you don't get nothing at all. That's just the way that I am. It's a standard of mine. So because you hopefully can feel that, you now feel an increased trust and relationship with me. This guy tells the truth, so I believe what he says. You want to have that operating in your business too. And the way you do that is you be yourself. You put your personality out there. If you're a bit wacky, if you're a bit crazy, as long as it's not going to be something that's illegal or dangerous for other people, go out there and do it. Same for me. Could I possibly make more sales if I'd have gone down the avenue of renting out a beach house apartment, renting a Ferrari for a weekend, pretending that was my personality, my lifestyle, pretending I drink alcohol when I don't? Could I have gained more easier sales? Maybe, I don't know. That seems to be what a lot of people try and do these days. But that just isn't me. You get the truth from me or you get nothing. So I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that guy. For me, after a certain point, it's not the money a man or a woman makes, it's the man or woman that makes the money. Like, who are you? When I look in the mirror, I'm happy. I'm happy that I'm authentic. I'm happy that I did my best. I'm happy that I told the truth. So if you right now are squashing down, why am I telling you all this? If you're squashing and shrinking down who you are to be more of a grey version as opposed to black or white, you're more of a divisive person. You're more of a, I really believe in this, I really don't believe in that, but you don't want to say anything about anything because you're worried about what everybody's going to say. You just want to be a cookie cutter person. Don't do that, okay? Be authentic to yourself. Put it into your business. Bring that personality into the way you market and the way you sell and what you talk about. And what you're going to do then is you may get it wrong a few times, but at least you're going to feel like there's no act, there's no mask. this is who you are, and it's going to get much more of your personality across. It just helps. It helps you win better. Okay? So was that helpful? I hope it was. We've covered all those points. I always take notes to make sure I don't miss anything. So can you see now how you can fail your way to winning? Temporary loss of reputation in front of some people you may know, in front of some people who can't wait to wag their finger, ha ha ha, I told you so. Who cares? Do you want approval or do you want progression? Play the long game. Be your authentic self. Go out there and be willing to fail temporarily. Make the adjustments. Figure out the way to win. If you would want to shorten that process, of course, you can get courses, programs, coaching. So before you make a big mistake, they can go, whoa, have you ever thought about this? And you go, oh, wow, yeah, no, let me shift. Coaching shortens the learning curve, reduces the failure, but you are going to have to put yourself out there if you want to grow a significantly large business. That's just the way it is. So I hope you got value. I hope this is helpful for you. I hope it helped you maybe relate to some things and say, okay, I'm going to make some changes. How can you be more of your personality? How can you be stronger in your marketing? How can you focus on more progression, not approval? How can we think about more about the long game in your behavior? If you answer those questions, I've done my job. You'll make some serious progress over the coming weeks, days, weeks, and months. Let's get the chronological order right. As always, go create a day in life that counts. Always have more desires and excuses. If you like my style of training, I'd recommend you subscribe so you can be notified of when I put a new video out there. I do about one a week, maybe sometimes two. And if you want to dive into something right now, you can go to richardmatheru.com. Bunch of free resources, bunch of paid products over there too. Whatever level you're at, you're able to get some tangible results and help to build your business better online. I'll see you over there. Have a fantastic day. See you on the next one if you're a subscriber, and bye for now.